Hey guys, it's Alexandra here. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I apologize for another long gap between this video and my previous video. Life definitely got in the way. Ending my first year of teaching and then going on a wonderful family vacation in Europe definitely sucked up a lot of time in many good ways, but a time crunch for sure. And on top of that, I have been in a giant reading slump. Probably the biggest reading slump I've ever been in my whole life. Since about mid-February, I've just really struggled to find books that spark a lot of joy and make me want to continue reading. Even books that I love, like the Hannah Swenson series that I'm doing a reread of, just haven't been in the mindset to read. Thankfully, I've just been pushed out of that reading slump by a book I'll talk about in a few minutes. But that is not the point of today's video. Today, I want to share with you my Treat Yourself haul. Teachers, including myself, spend a lot of time and money investing in other people, and I love doing it. I love being a teacher and spending my time helping others, but I forget to pamper myself in the process. And because I'm starting my next school year here in just a couple days, I decided to go out and have some fun today and pamper myself and do some shopping. And I figured, why not sit down and share with you guys the things that I got? So let's get started. So the first two things I got, don't laugh at me, I'm a pumpkin spice girl and it's gonna be fall before we know it. I got two things for my Keurig. So I got the Green Mountain Pumpkin Spice Coffee. It says, celebrate fall with the aromatic, warm and creamy flavors of cinnamon and nutmeg. The perfect way to savor fall's crisp, cool days. It's a light roast coffee. I prefer light roast or medium roast coffee, and that sounded right up my alley. Then I also got the Twinings Chai Pumpkin Spice, and I can't tell whether this is just going to be pod of regular chai tea or if it will be kind of creamy like a chai latte, but either way, I'm excited for it. I'm ready. There's definitely no way that these are going to make it all the way until when fall actually starts to be used for the first time. I'll probably make a cup of one of them tonight. The next thing I got at Fresh Thyme, which is kind of like Whole Foods. I don't know where all Fresh Thymes are at, but we have several in the area. But I got a shaker bottle. I have been enjoying my It Works greens on the go, but they are kind of hard to mix and shake up unless you have a bottle like this, so I decided to go ahead and just invest in one. And then with this, there were a couple of Vega protein powders that looked really tasty and I wanted to try them. The first is vanilla and the second is mocha. I like the Vega protein powders because they are vegan friendly, so if you're a vegan or a vegetarian or you just have sensitivities to whey protein powders, these might be the way to go to you. I've tried the mango, which is really good, and I've tried just the regular chocolate, which is really good. Highly suggest. So that's the non-book stuff. Now on to the book stuff. Like I said, had been in a huge reading slump, and as I looked at my shelf a couple days ago, trying to decide what I was going to pick up off the shelf and read and hope it got me out of my reading slump, I decided to pick up the book Dry by Neal and Jared Shusterman. This book follows a cast of characters in Southern California after the taps are shut off. They run dry. There is no more water in Southern California. They don't have access to it. And it follows them in the days after the taps are shut off and the society around them as it evolves in good ways and dissolves into chaos in others. It's a really timely message that I think we need to hear because in particular Southern California and other places around the United States are in a drought. And this is a look at what could potentially happen in the future should we hit a crisis state with the level of our water. It's really good. I think people of all ages would enjoy it. It is rather intense in some spots, so just be aware of that, but I don't think it's anything that like middle school, high school, and above could not handle. It's well written. I highly suggest it, and it pulled me out of my reading slump, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. It also inspired me to head to Barnes & Noble and pick up some more books. My self-control was not great during this Barnes & Noble trip, but that is beside the point. The first book that I picked up was definitely an inspiration from the book dry, I got Scythe by Neal Shusterman, which this follows a society in which they have eliminated war, disease, anything that would prevent people from having a long life. It's gone, and now people are living indefinitely, and in order to keep the population down, they have to train people called Scythes to kill people, and that in turn keeps their population where it needs to be, which is definitely a dark concept indeed. But I've heard great things about this series from people on BookTube and from the people at Barnes & Noble, and I'm excited to read this, and if I enjoy it, the next book, which is Thunderhead. The next book I got, I know I'm a million years behind the times, please don't make fun of me. It is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I honestly don't know a ton about this book. I had some students last year who said this was their favorite series that they'd ever read. That intrigued me, and then I've heard booktubers talk about this series very positively, and I figured why not give it a try. It could be a nice bonding moment, teacher to student. Having read their favorite books, I can talk to them about it, and also I'm just intrigued. With as many people who've said it's good, I want to know. Now, the last two books I got are a part of a series. They're books 2 and 3, but I got Keeper of the Lost Cities Exile and Keeper of the Lost Cities Everblaze by Shannon Messenger. This series follows the main character Sophie, who grew up in a human family and then is whisked away, and she finds out that she is actually an elf and has to restart her new life with an adopted family in a new school, meeting new friends, uncovering the mystery that surrounds her. It's just such a good series. It deals with a lot of real life issues in a way that I think is accessible for the young and the old and everybody in between. I can't speak highly enough of this series. Reagan from Peruse Project is the one who introduced me to it. I saw her reading it in her book vlogs, and I needed to pick up the first one, and I read the first one in June, and I immediately knew this was a series I would want to continue, and finally decided to pick up these books now that I was back and settled in from vacation. But anyway, guys, that is my Treat Yourself haul. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and hit like on this video. If you feel inclined, hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post new content. Goodness, I haven't done an outro in forever. And I will see you all next time. Bye.